It's that time again where I give you a look at what this dietitian eats in a day. So it's May, and that means that this What I Eat in a Day is the first one that's going to be filled with produce from my local farmer's market for this growing season. I'm super excited. My market opened for the season a couple weeks ago, and the farmer's market is one of my favorite things. I just love all the produce. I love seeing everybody. I love all of the options, and having local stuff is just so great because the flavors are so wonderful, and also you just have so many more cool varieties and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super pumped for that. And if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, then you have been seeing a little bit of behind the scenes of the goings on at my market, and also on Instagram I post farmers market hauls every single week. So that's really fun too, to get to show you what I'm picking up and all the delicious stuff that's out there. Also, real quick before we get into the food, if you do happen to be new here, I just want to say hi and let you know that I do these What I Eat in a Day videos every single month. So if you want some healthy meal ideas and inspiration, or you're just curious as to what a dietitian actually eats, then this is a great place for you to be. Plus, you'll get all my other videos every Tuesday and Thursday where I talk about other food and nutrition stuff. So if that's your kind of thing, then make sure that you subscribe, because I would love to have you here. And with all of that said, I think that's it for now. Let's get into the food, and then I will meet you back here to talk about it a little bit at the end. So starting things off with breakfast, on this day I had one of my favorite meals this time of year, and it starts with 2 pieces of cinnamon raisin bread toasted. These got a little extra crispy, but that's okay. And then I add on some cream cheese. Now, if you do follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, then you have been seeing this meal a lot this month, so you kind of already have the inside scoop on what this is going to turn out to be. But I just go in, spread out the cream cheese in a nice thin, even layer, and get that all on there, and then I layer on some sliced fresh strawberries, and I just layer these all the way across until we have a nice even layer. And this is so delicious. It's kind of like cheesecake, cream cheese, strawberries. It's so good, and it's what I have every single day when strawberries are in season. And then I also had some coffee on this day, so I had my YouTube mug with a blend from Counterculture Coffee, and then some maple syrup to sweeten it, and some whole milk from grass-fed cows. Then moving on to lunch, I had a salad on this day, and I do eat my salad out of mixing bowls because that's how I roll. So I had some lettuce in there, some sliced radishes, chopped strawberries, some fresh cilantro, avocado, feta cheese, and then some canned tuna. And then I poured on a little balsamic dressing I made with just balsamic vinegar, Casamigos olive oil, and a squeeze of mustard. And this salad tastes so good, but it's also really exciting because all the produce in that bowl is from my farmer's market, except for the avocado, for obvious reasons. I am in Virginia after all. But this is a great option, and I love all of these different flavors mixed together. Then for snack, I decided to do a fun little combo. So I started off with one of these Bubby's pickles. These are fermented dill pickles, so they have a little probiotics in there, which is fun. I also had some cheddar cheese from Maple Hill Creamery. This was left over from the asparagus quiche I made. I'll link that video if you didn't catch it. So I had some of that, and then I grabbed a mandarin orange because we still have some oranges hanging around in the fridge left over from winter. And then I just laid those all out on a plate together. And the pickle and the cheese, it has, you know, the nice saltiness, and then the orange brings in some sweetness, so it's just a really nice combo to have together. And then I was still hungry, and this might surprise you, but I had some Lucky Charms. And the story with these is that a few days prior, me and Jason were in Walmart, and he was like, you know what, I could really go for some Lucky Charms right now. And I will say I was kind of resistant to the idea, and in that moment I realized I have a bias against cereal. Like if he had said, oh, let's go out and get ice cream or let's get a donut, I would have been like, yeah, that's fun, dessert's good, whatever. But sugary cereal, for some reason, I don't think of it that way. I'm like, I don't know, we shouldn't get that, I don't know. But we ended up getting it anyways. I'm glad we did because it was nice to have around and it was super yummy. Then moving on to dinner, I wanted to show you what this looked like before I plated it. This is a spatchcock chicken, so I just cut out the spine, open it up, and when you cook it this way, all of the skin gets nice and crispy. It cooks a lot faster too. And then as far as seasoning, I have some herbes de Provence under the skin. That's just an herb blend, some lemon juice, garlic powder, and salt. Delicious combo there. And then I sliced up some potatoes, made little wedges, and just cooked those all around the the chicken, not the kitchen. So they cook at the same time, which is really, really nice. Easy, one pan, and all the flavors mixed together. And then as far as what was on my plate, I had one of the drumsticks, a nice pile of those potatoes, and then a side salad. So I just put on another little balsamic dressing I made on top of that. Really, really yummy. And then for my beverage, I had some water with a splash of tart cherry juice just to switch things up. And overall, this meal was so, so good. It's one of my all-time faves. So that's what I ate on that day. And I wanted to talk about the Lucky Charms specifically real quick because I think that's something that's kind of interesting and maybe something we could dig into a little bit more. So like I said earlier, you might have been a little surprised to see that mixed in with my food for the day. And I want to be honest with you. There's a part of me that almost wanted to eat something else instead of that, so I didn't have to include it in the video because I know that for a lot of you, you don't need necessarily inspiration to eat Lucky Charms. We all know Lucky Charms are delicious, and you come to these videos to, see what I'm eating and get ideas because, we all get in food rots, and it's just nice to see what other people are doing, and that's not really anything super inspired or anything like that. Cereal, I mean, it's not that exciting, but I wanted to include it because that's real life. When I do these what I eat in a day videos, I'm not trying to, stage them or make you think that I'm eating something I'm not or put on some sort of performance for you. I want to keep it as real as it can be. Now, obviously, I pick which day I film, okay? You're not seeing everything that I eat all throughout the week, and I try to pick a day where, it's going to be something that I think will be helpful for you, or maybe something I haven't shown before, so you're not just seeing the same thing all the time. I do keep that sort of stuff in mind, of course, because I want these videos to be helpful, but it's still all my real food. I don't eat certain things on that day that I would normally be eating, if that makes sense. And so I want to keep that true with everything because I really don't like the videos that are fake. It just really bothers me because I don't think it's helpful for anyone to see fake stuff out there, and I think sometimes it can be harmful if you're giving people the wrong impression of what healthy eating and just taking good care of yourself really is about. And I also want you to see that healthy eating is about your diet as a whole. It's about the big picture. It's not about this food or that food or whatever. It's how all of those things fit together. And it's not about being perfect or never eating these foods or always eating those foods or anything like that. It's about finding that place in the gray, in that middle space. And that's really the case with a lot of things in life. And we can get, in the mindset where we want everything to be black and white, but we've got to get a little bit more comfortable in that in-between and just kind of flowing through everything. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope that's what you're trying to do too, or that I can at least inspire you to do, and not have really rigid rules and things like that around food. We want our diet to be based on whole foods. We want that to be the foundation, and we want to eat foods that, nourish our body and make us feel good and give us energy and all that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean that you can't have some of the more fun foods in the mix too. The foods that really aren't going to be a nutritional powerhouse, but they're just there to mix things up because you like them, they taste good, whatever, and those things are totally fine too. So I hope that makes sense, and I'd love to talk with you about it more in the comments, so definitely chat with me some there. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and looks at what I'm actually eating, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.